Welcome to the Veterans Voice, where we highlight programs and services that support our veterans. I'm Tim Stroud, and this is Colton, the Wonder Dog. Female veterans face unique challenges, and having services designed just for them and their specific needs can make all the difference. Tana Plesher joins us to introduce one of the organizations that's making it happen. What is Grace After Fire, Tana?
Well, Grace After Fire is a nonprofit organization specifically designed for women veterans. That is our mission, to empower women veterans to help themselves. So often women veterans come home from active duty and don't feel like they fit in. They don't fit in with their family, they don't fit in with their peers, they don't fit in at work, whatever the case may be. And that's just an average kind of story for any veteran across the board. However, there are some unique differences that women veterans face. And at Grace After Fire, we address those. So any woman veteran of any era, any discharge type can come to Grace After Fire, and we can assist them wherever they are on their path.
I love that. And so let's do a deeper dive on that for just a little bit. You said any woman of any service level and their discharge. So talk about the different discharges, because some organizations, if they get that discharge, are like, we don't want you.
Right. So any woman of any era that has served and has a DD-214 can be part of Grace After Fire.
What is that for our listeners?
Sure. So the DD-214 is your discharge paperwork that states that at one point in time you were on active duty service. This is what you did for what branch, and that is your official, you are now out. Okay.
So what's the next step? Now they know about your organization. How do they contact somebody, or can they go online?
Yes.
Can they get involved? Okay.
Absolutely. So we accept online applications, and it's graceafterfire.org. At the top right corner, there's a button that says Become a Member. They click on that. There's 3 blue links. Those are just individual forms. And they fill out that information. It takes maybe 5 minutes, and they will get a response from Grace After Fire, depending on what their needs are.
Excellent. And I love it, because I know through one of the collaborative grants with Easter Seals of Greater Houston that your organization works with the mental health through the Texas Veterans and Family Alliance. Tell us a little bit about that and how that collaboration really works.
Sure, absolutely. And we do that through a program called Table Talk Color Me Camo. And what that is a peer-to-peer support group. And we have those all over Texas, as well as it's starting to branch out in other states. So we're peer-to-peer led. So what that means is a female veteran volunteers to take our training, and then she takes that information and that training and that curriculum back to her community and establishes a group of women veterans. In that group, we can talk about anything, any kind of situations that we encounter as mothers, as women, both active duty and now civilian or veteran status. And we don't have to explain ourselves. We all know what we went through. We all understand what it was like to be a female in the military, and that takes a huge weight off of us.
It does, and since I was a former combat medic, I've sat in on some of these, and I've withdrawn myself from them, because just being there, even though I'm one of the girls sometimes, that there are stories that other women may not be comfortable talking about if there's a man around. So it's so important what you and your team are doing. Plus, you also have some activities around Houston, and they can go to your website and find out more information.
Yes, absolutely. And it's around Texas. We partner with organizations from all over. So we're happy to serve wherever the women are.
Perfect. After the break, we're going to learn how veterans can network with the civilian community.
HCC. So many reasons, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
I've seen people's lives change just by attending a class at HCC.
Some of them might not have the financial means to go to a 4-year university. That doesn't make them any less quote-unquote smart than the kids who go to a 4-year school.
HCC is easy to get to. It's easy to apply and easy to become a part of.
It gave me so much confidence.
Once you finish your 2 years there, you can transition into a 4-year university or go into the workforce.
It's affordable, it's accessible, it changes lives.
HCC. So many classes, so little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
Welcome back to the Veteran's Voice. One hallmark of the military lifestyle is the sense of camaraderie you build. Our guest is still Tana Plesher. She's changed hats for us, and she works with another great organization that brings veterans together with civilians in their communities. So tell us a little bit more about that organization, because we've chatted a little bit offline about it. And my first duty station was in Baumholder, Germany, and we had people that didn't have their driver's licenses, and we worked on tanks and tracks and trucks. And from there, we got a great sense of camaraderie. And so now it's not just for those in the military.
Right.
We can bridge that gap.
Yes, and we do that at the National United States Armed Forces Museum by bringing together civilians and former military and their family members into one central location. And we're able to bond and bring back that camaraderie, working on vehicles and continuing to serve our community.
There's something about just turning a wrench and turning on some music and getting in there and rolling up your sleeves, getting your hands dirty, but also learning a new skill set and what somebody else has. And you won't have just regular vehicles, you supply a lot to the community.
Do. We have roughly 200 vehicles that fly or drive.
Okay.
And we're within the museum, our structure, we're all volunteer led. So our structure is much like the military. So an active duty person can literally come in uniform and get right to work and have that very familiar feeling. And while they're doing that, we're sharing stories, veterans share stories, and the civilians that are there are very familiar with our stories as well. So through those conversations, a veteran who may not likely be seeking veteran or VA services or through another organization will learn about those resources and that information from their counterpart while they're working on a vehicle or serving their community.
Ooh, it's just another instance of reaching the veteran where they are.
Exactly.
And you actually take it a step further. You provide that resource for them so they can connect. And please tell me you have some World War II vehicles and some men and women that have served.
We do. So we're the only museum in the country where 95% of our inventory flies or drives. So it gives the vehicles, just like veterans, even though our time and service on active duty may be over, we can still continue the mission and serve our community.
Okay.
So the veterans maintain the vehicles, the vehicles maintain the veterans, and we continue to serve back.
All right, you said fly or drive, so that means you probably got some favorites in there. And
I do.
Do you have any boats?
We do.
Okay.
We have boats, so we have different companies. We have air support, so currently we have a CH-46 Sea Knight, which Army has the Chinook, but this is the little brother.
Let's pause there, because a lot of people watching me are like, hey, didn't she say she was in the Navy? What is that? So explain what that is.
So the Chinook or the
I know
46.
what the Chinook is.
Okay, so the 46 is when you see those very large helicopters with the double rotors. So the Marine Corps has the version which is the Sea Knight, and then the Army has the larger version, which is the Chinook.
Gotcha.
But we provide here in Houston, we actually have a historical CH-46 Sea Knight that her name is Pedro, and so she used to do search and rescue jobs off the East Coast, and we are able to still continue her mission doing that here for Houston. And we did that during Harvey.
I absolutely want to get some an up close and personal view of that one, so I'm definitely going to join you at the museum. I'm going to bring some people.
Absolutely.
We're going to volunteer, and we're going to have a blast down there. Looking forward to it. Tana, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
And after the break, we're going to learn how one veteran and HCC alumni is gifting the world with her music.
HCC. So many locations. So little tuition. Register today at hccs.edu/now.
One of the objectives we had with moving from centers of delivery to centers of excellence was to strengthen our relationships with industry across Houston. The whole idea of the Center of Excellence was to create an ecosystem where our partnerships are so tight that we can quickly develop programs that support industry, create jobs here in Houston, and then grow the economy and keep us as a global leader in many areas.
I learned how to cook from my grandmother in the mountains of Oaxaca. I have won many awards and worked in many restaurants. HCC was a turning point in my life. What those wonderful teachers and instructors taught me is priceless.
Welcome back to the Veterans Voice. HCC provides a place for veterans to weave together their experiences in the military with other aspects of themselves to create something new. For Raven Hearn, that something new was something truly beautiful.
All my life, all my love, you won the battle. All my trust.
Straight out of high school, I went to the Art Institute of Houston, and I couldn't afford it, so I decided to join the military.
Sounds like music to my ears. I don't have to cry no more. You don't have to hide.
And 2 years into being in the military, I felt it was time to go back to school. So I came to HCC.
You'll never lose because you have me now. I was created to fight for you, and I will fight for you. I wasn't lying when I told you, baby, I'll risk everything I have for you. You're my addiction, baby. I'll crawl through fire just to get to you. I'm feeling for your love. I won't concentrate on nothing else, cause if I do, I die. I can't see me with nobody else. I wanna be with you for the rest of my life.
After getting my associate's degree in fine arts, I realized that I wanted to get my bachelor's in music, so I decided to come back to HCC and major in music. That's when opportunities started to open up for me, and I knew that that's where I belong.
I knew the regret I'd feel if I didn't have you. That's why I'll never let you go. Remember when I said I'd never let you go?
My professor signed me up for a master class with Melissa Manchester. During the class, I got a chance to perform one of my original songs for her, and she, along with the sponsoring hosts, Music Doing Good, they were so inspired that they decided that they would donate $10,000 to HCC students for next year.
I don't wanna be without you, go without you. You're attached to my soul, that's how I know I love you so real. See, I wasn't lying when I told you, baby, I'm risking everything I have for you. You're my addiction, baby. I'm crawling through fire just to get to you. You got me feeling for your love. I won't concentrate on nothing else, cause if I do, I die. Lord knows can't see me with nobody else. I wanna be with you for the rest of my life.
Since then, I've been afforded many great opportunities. One such as I was able to perform live with Toni Braxton, and I just can't wait to see where my love for music takes me.
For the rest of my life. With every breath of my life.
If you would like more information on any of the organizations and services you've seen on the program today, visit our website at hccs.edu/Veterans Voice. For everyone here at HCC TV and everyone at Easter Seals of Greater Houston, thank you for joining us on the Veterans Voice.